best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
The white legacy is more than bricks and mortars.
I wanted to save Gotham. I failed.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
You must be imaginative, strong-hearted. You must try things that may not work. And you must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul. What I say is true. Anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great.
I'm afraid! Alright? You wanna hear me say it? You wanna break me down? Alright, I'm afraid! For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid too. There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is, for me there is.
You were a champion, and you did what you were expected to do. And you did what I and everybody else thought you should do. And you want to tell me that those fights weren't real? That you were carried? Well, I don't believe it. It doesn't matter what I believe, because you're the one that's got to carry that fear around inside you. Afraid that everybody's going to take things away. Afraid you're going to be remembered as a coward. That you're not a man anymore. Well, none of it's true. And it doesn't matter if I tell you. It doesn't matter, because you're the one that's got to settle it.
Let me tell you about a voice. Not this voice, but the one inside. The one that whispers. It tells me what's right and what's not, when to leave and where to go. It's not Shakespeare. It does not speak in memorable lines. My inner voice always gives it to me straight. Tells me who my real friends are, when to say yes, when to say no, whether the person sitting next to me is the one I'll be spending the rest of my life with, or not. Sometimes that voice is crystal clear. Go, stay, right, wrong. Sometimes it merely whispers.
The hardest things are usually the best. If it's easy, leave it to somebody else.
The work just needs doing. For me, it's really inspiring that anyone can do the thing and get the result no matter how they feel about themselves. And I think that's really freeing. And so to the person who is still, plugged in and waiting for someone to save them, someone will save you, but it's you, future you, the better you, the person that you've been waiting to become.
If I can start the hardest training in the world, broken, and graduate, so my mind fed off of that. You are now, from the weakest man, you are now the hardest man to ever live. If you can do this. If you can do this. Life is one big mind game.
Yeah.
And you're playing it with yourself. Is it true? I don't care. It got me through the hardest training, starting out broken. Where most people quit, I had just started.
And have you ever noticed that a man who becomes successful tends to continue to become successful? And on the other hand, have you noticed how a man who is a failure tends to continue to fail? It's because of goals. Some of us have them, some don't. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. Now think of a ship leaving a harbor, and think of it with the complete voyage mapped out and planned. The captain and crew know exactly where it's going and how long it will take. It has a definite goal. 9,999 times out of 10,000, it will get to where it started out to get. Now let's take another ship, just like the first, only let's not put a crew on it, or a captain at the helm. Let's give it no aiming point, no goal, no destination. We just start the engines and let it go. I think you'll agree with me that if it gets out of the harbor at all, it will either sink or wind up on some deserted beach a derelict. It can't go anyplace because it has no destination and no guidance.
I'm going to make the most of what I have because I'm going to get where it is I'm going no matter what happens.
It's a new season for you. A season for you to do better. A season for you to be stronger. A season for you to produce and be productive in your life that you have.
And so I failed, I'll go back to scratch. I'll use some positive motivation. I have like one day where I'm like, beat it. But But I started realizing this is part of the process. This is part of the journey. I had to realize this is part of my process versus just saying, like I used to, I'm just not good enough. If I'm not good enough, we always say that shit. I'm just not good enough, and then we try something else. I'm gonna make myself good enough. And that became my mentality. I'm gonna make myself good enough.
If you don't know why you're doing something, then what are you going to do when you hit an obstacle? You're going to stop. What adaptations are you going to make when things go wrong to overcome them? You're not going to make any because you don't know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So if you have no reason for doing something, you're not going to do it. So you got to have a long-term goal. You got to understand the underlying purpose of what you're doing. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be rigid, because it doesn't have to be rigid.
You should have been working twice as hard. Just as much as you should be working twice as hard now. You're supposed to always work twice as hard, is what I'm saying. That's why you're suffering, but you're stubborn. Your opinions is over facts. That's not going to work. See, people don't want to hear that. Your life sucks because of you. Risk is a down payment on your success. Nobody else can pay that down payment for you. It has to be you. If you want success, you have to make the down payment. You have to take the risk. No risk, no reward. No risk, no story.
You don't have to be the best in the world, by the way. You don't have to be better than anyone else. But what's the thing that you're good at, that you could get better at, that you could be better than you last year? That's the key thing. Because take that thing, if you can find out what that is for you, and then apply some hard work and time, that's your luck. Be lucky. I always say that, I like be lucky. But that's what I mean by luck. Luck and happiness being sort of the same in German. It's a lovely sticky phrase. Like, be lucky. Like, if you put that in, you're buying lottery tickets every time, right? So that hard work you put into the business, it's like lottery ticket, lottery ticket, lottery ticket, lottery ticket, and hey presto, one of them hits because you're there all the hours, working all the hours, and you're working smart. You're working at the thing you're best at. You're kind of super focused on that.
Winners, the difference between them and the spectators is the winners have a belief that overrides the crowd's disbelief every single time. Their belief is so strong, even though they hit failure, they get knocked on the ass. They're finding the intestinal fortitude to stand back up again, face the same challenge, learning from the previous mistakes, and make it happen.
You just gotta understand, success is hard. It's hard. It's hard. Stop looking for it to be easy. It's not. If it were easy, everybody would be doing everything they've ever wanted to do. Most people set out to do what they want to do. They get to the hard parts, and the average person will turn around. The reward comes in people who don't turn around.
And you're willing to take the risk with more success being apparent. It's always success follows risk. Success follows risk. Right now, we're like looking for success up here, and the risk is like teasing. If the risk is ever too high and the success is down here, forget about it. But the risk follows. The risk follows the opportunity. More opportunity, more risk.
And ladies and gentlemen, as a result of stretching out, of acting on my dream, and I don't know what that dream is for you, I can tell you that it's possible. No one could have convinced me that after just over 6 years, I will have my own book entitled Live Your Dreams. Just over 6 years, I will have 5 specials on public television. Just over 6 years, I've done motivational speaking for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, Xerox, IBM. Just over 6 years. I will now have my own talk show that will premiere on Monday, Labor Day. I'm saying to you, your dream is possible.
You see, people think commitment is saying, yes, I'll do it on the days when it feel good. But I have been committed to everything that I ever started in my life, and I never stopped and I never quit it. And so by being committed to everything that I started, I finished it. It built a certain type of spirit. It built a certain type of mentality. It built a certain type of individual. And so now I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. I couldn't lay in the bed even if I wanted to. I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I had too much sweat equity in my life and everything that I was doing.
Your reason is clear and your purpose is clear. That's going to make your drive clear, and that's going to make you execute well because you know where you're going, you know where you want to be, you understand your purpose and why you're doing something, and that's what's going to help you be successful, in my opinion.
So
Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working toward a predetermined goal and knows where he's going, that man is a success. If he's not doing that, he's a failure. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal.
Your dream is possible. But not only is it important that you believe and begin to know that it's possible for you to live your dream as you run toward it.
Like even yesterday, I was talking with them. It was Saturday, and everybody complained about they tired. What you want? All week you was work hard. End of the week, if you don't tired, this is good question. You have to worry about yourself. But this is Saturday. Your 6th day, you work so hard. Of course you're gonna tired. Tomorrow rest, and Monday we're gonna begin one more training. If you don't want, go back to Dagestan and stay with your mom. She gonna give you every day good breakfast. You don't do nothing. Stay there. But if you come here, don't complain.
Everybody respectfully wanted to play it safe. What has playing it safe gotten a lot of us? Nothing. Because life is risk. Everything you do is risk. You may become nonchalant with taking risks, but you do it every day, whether you realize it or not. You get in your car and you drive down the street, that's risky. Risky for you, risky for everybody else. Because like everybody else, you can do something wrong that can kill somebody else on that road. And that goes for everybody else. You're driving down the road and you're doing everything right, and somebody can do one thing wrong, kill you and the person next to you, behind you, in front of you, and themselves. That's risk.
I used to be you. I used to be a fat guy. A guy that didn't care much. A guy that got D's and F's in school. A guy that blamed other people. A guy that was under mediocre. I wasn't even average. So this is the thing about it. I'm going to tell you what people don't want to tell you. Why you stop is because you're lazy. It's because you don't mind getting bad grades in school. It doesn't bother you enough to be mediocre, to be average, to sit around and watch people do great things. You don't mind it. So there's your answer. Your answer is you don't care enough about yourself, so you don't stay in the fight.
That next level, there's always next level, nigga. You not perfect. You not Jesus. You not perfect. There's ways to climb, bro. Once you capture that first objective, what's the next thing? What we gonna do next? Like, bro, this is we on Earth, bro. Like, we here for a short time, bro. Let's maximize. Let's have fun. Let's maximize. Let's maximize. Let's praise God. Let's give Him the glory. But this is a whole video game, bro. Life is a whole video game. Let's keep breaking these levels. Next level, next level, next objective. This is fun.
I don't have the resources to get this done. What the f do you mean? Nobody has the resources to get anything great done. This is the mindset of the vast majority of people. The vast majority of people look around and they look at what they don't have and they say, well, that guy over there had this and this and this going for him, and that's why he's where he is and why I'm not there. Okay, and this is also why they never accomplish anything.
Failure is part of the process. You don't learn anything when you're winning. You only learn when you fail. Failure is a wonderful teacher. Every lesson you'll learn in this life comes off of a failure. When you fail, it's part of the process. Just get on, keep going. Keep going.
It's necessary to know that everybody won't see it, that everybody won't join you, that everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. That you are an uncommon breed. You have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself. That's necessary.
So I'm saying to you right now, understanding the process. Don't let the process confuse you. Don't let the process discourage you. Absorb it. Understand it. Get involved with it. Appreciate it. Let it do what it needs to do, but you just make sure you do what you have to do. Just keep moving forward. Don't worry about what's behind you, because what's behind you is already behind you for a reason. You just got to keep moving forward.
So when I die, if there's a heaven, I want to see it. Because we live how long? 80 years? the odds are everybody in this room, some of you are going to be dead 20 years from now, some of you are going to be dead 50 years from now, some are going to be dead 30, and some are going to be dead 60, 70 years from now. We all going to die soon. So we don't have but about 80 years on earth. This is a test to see where will we spend our life in heaven and hell. So your body is just housing your soul and spirit. So God is testing us on how we treat each other, how we live, to see where our real home be in heaven. So this physical stuff don't last for so long. So my car, this building is going to be here when the man who built it dead. There have been many kings and queens of England. They're all dead. After this one is gone, another one will come. So we don't stay here. We're just trustees. We don't own nothing. Even your children are not yours. If you think I'm lying, your wife is not yours. You die and come back a year later and go slip in your bedroom and see if your wife is by herself. See, you don't own your wife.
This is how it is on earth. Once you die, you're done. So you gotta really move calculated in this world, bro. Move calculated, get to the next level. On some bossman shit. We're in a whole video game right now, bro. Wake up. Wake up. Have fun with this shit. Go get it. Go get it.
How to begin to create your own reality by choosing your future. And not only is it important for you to know it's possible for you to choose your future, but it's necessary that you work on yourself, that you develop yourself. It's necessary that you get the energy drainers out of your life, people who don't want anything.
God don't like you to surround yourself with people, things, and situations that's going to stop you from reaching the level of success that God has destined you and your career to get to. That's why God gave us free will. God gave us free will because God gave us a choice. You want to drink and be an alcoholic, you want to do drugs, you want to party with a bunch of irrelevant, insignificant people that makes no sense for your life and your career and your surroundings. He is revealing to you over and over and over and over again that you are talented, you are beautiful, you are special, you are an individual. Where God has destined your life and your career to be and go, you cannot get there with all of the people that you showed up with.
That drives the pain, the weakness, the out of your body. Brings in the pride and strength. Headstrong. We just added fuel to that. We're believers now. We just killed ourselves. And it feels the pain leaves. What comes in? Pride. It's like a natural high. That you're actually doing something. You're making a difference in your life. That fuels the fire. To be headstrong, believing in what you're doing no matter what the disbeliefs of the third party subjective losers are out there. That then descends to your heart. So it beats like a champion. When all this fails, here and here continues to stride past, to reach barriers no one's been to, especially you.